Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Exciting and thrilling.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please.
Helps grow our viewership.
And ring the little bell so you get all the notifications when we send or upload a new video.
That's right. We do more than this. We do a lot of community videos that are quite interesting and exciting. So be sure to watch those.
We have a lot of fun on those. So, yeah.
Episode 108?
Oh, yes. Episode 108. Are prices dropping in the valley? Is one of the questions.
That's the question everybody wants to know.
One of the questions that we're getting a lot right now, among many, that Robert will cover with the stat report this week. So that'll be really good.
So as always, we'll start off with a little humor, get things rolling, and then we'll go through a couple of history things that are happening this week in days gone by. Got just a little brief segment of news, and then we want to get into the December stat report with Tom Ruff of the Information Report.
Right.
And we also want to...
Commercial break.
Yes, the stat report will also do a 2022 review of the entire year. Then we will do a commercial break.
Our featured listing for the week.
That's right. And then we'll get into rates and inventory, and that will kind of wrap it up. So if you want to put your bets in now on whether Robert remembers the commercial break, do it now.
Do it now. Yeah.
You don't have very long.
Robert will remember.
I think the odds are running 3-1 right now.
If we have time, I'm also going to slip in a quick article I have on just because you can paint it doesn't mean you should.
This sounds like there's some painting horror stories in here.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get going. What do you got for a joke for us?
Let me pull that up. Hold on a second.
You want me to go ahead and go?
Yeah, go right ahead,
Okay. A couple of kids asked me today what it was like for me growing up. I said, okay. So I took their phones, shut off their internet, gave them a popsicle, and told them to go outside till the street lights came on.
Go out and play.
That's right.
That's right. Well, I just wanted to say, personally, I don't think there's intelligent life on other planets.
Okay.
Why should other planets be different than ours?
Oh.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Wow.
Send all the emails to her.
Flat.
Wow. All right, a little bit of history this week. In 1935, Kruger Brewing introduces canned beer for the first time. And that was in Richmond, Virginia. They're actually out of New Jersey, but the first delivery was in Richmond, Virginia. And they actually weren't sure it would work, so the American Canning Company put their equipment in for free.
Oh.
And the first beer went to all the employees.
Nice.
And they got to take it home and try it out, and it was a smash hit. They said, oh, this is awesome, do it. So they launched canned beer.
You know, I like beer. I just wish that I could find more beer that was gluten-free. Anheuser-Busch used to make a product called Red Bridge, and it was a nice red beer. Light lager, I guess I would call it. But I can't find it anymore. All I can find is like gluten-free IPAs and.
You'll have to stick to wine. Moving on. The first Winter Olympics, January 25th, 1924, in Chamonix, France.
Chamonix, good job.
Well, I spelled it out phonetically. 1908, the Boy Scouts are founded January 24th by British General Robert Baden-Powell.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Boy Scouts.
That's right. And finally, 1880, on January 27th, Thomas Edison patents the electric incandescent
lamp. That guy
lamp.
was into everything.
Oh, man. He had so many inventions.
Wow. Yeah.
He was amazing.
For sure.
All right. So just a little quick summary. Let me get rid of the spam call. It's our fifth one today. From Melissa's Monday Mortgage Minute from Bay Equity. Not really glowing news, but it is what it is.
We need glowing news, Robert.
Well,
Only good
we're
news.
going to be 100% transparent. If it's bad news, we give them bad news. So,
sorry.
overall, the economic news for December was abysmal, with manufacturing showing their lowest figures since the 2008 financial crisis. That's not good.
That's not. I don't like the way this is starting.
Well, this is good news for rates, as these figures fit what the feds want to see: economic and monetary restrictions. The big picture remains the same. As businesses turn less profit, they lay off more workers, unemployment increases, consumers stop buying goods and services, a recession formally arrives, inflation falls, and the Fed will stop raising rates. So that's kind of what has to happen in order for us to get through this. We still believe the Fed will raise rates 1 or 2 more times in February and March. February 1st, right, is the next meeting?
January 31st and February 1st. It's a 2-day meeting, I guess, or something.
Oh, that's right. It's a 2-day meeting.
Yeah.
Followed by a holding pattern. They'll likely last throughout 2023, with rate cuts coming after a recession is in full swing towards the end of the year of early 2024.
Blech.
So I'm going to be giving you some predictions from the gurus of 2020 for 2023, and this is the first one. So they're saying all year and into early 2024. This all may not sound great, but from the lens of lower rates to increase housing affordability, this is the path we still see ahead. We'll get the first reading of Q4 GDP this Thursday, followed by the Fed's favorite measure of inflation, PCE, Purchase Consumer Expenditure
Index.
So so that's kind of what's going on for
all right. Well, I mean, I feel like affordability is improving. We see that locally for sure. I don't know if nationally it's happening. I believe it is. I was watching another video on California, and California prices are definitely regulating as well, right, California? So, I think affordability is happening.
Okay, we shall see.
Yeah.
All right.
Right into that stat report.
The year-end stat report was very robust, 31 pages. So I am going to do ultra bullet points on this. Julia only gave me 5 to 7 minutes to get through this, so I am going to fly through it. However, if anybody wants to see the full report to digest, please let me know, and I'll be happy to send it to you.
Or if there's a particular statistic we don't cover, let us know, put it in the comments, or just send us an email or text.
Okay, here we go. For December, sales were down 43.4% year over year.
Okay.
Are there more homes for sale? Yes. Total inventory increased 119.6% year over year.
Wow.
So the exact numbers on that is last December we had 8,648 homes available.
Wow.
Right now we have 18,988.
Wow. Okay. And this stat report was put out, it was just put out, wasn't it? Yeah, the 18th.
18th, yeah, it's not
January
very
18th.
old.
Okay.
Fairly fresh information.
Okay.
Are prices dropping? That's the number one question. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Average sales price is down 3.1% year over year.
Okay, so it's not huge, but it's there. I mean, 3% is there.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Is it taking longer to sell a home? Yes. Days on market were up 35 days year over year. Wow. That number comes out to, it was last December. It took 36 days on market to sell a home. We are now sitting at 71. And when we go into local inventory, I'm going to give you the days on market at a local level.
Yeah. I remember that that December 2021 December, we were like, well, things are up a little bit, but there still was a lack of inventory.
Mm,
So it was like
severe.
we weren't worried about it as much. So, you know. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's do a super quick 2022 year in review.
Okay.
This is from Tom Ruff of the Information Market. We began 2022 with one of the strongest Januaries in history, only to close with one of the weakest Decembers on record.
Yeah.
So here all the way
down.
Depending on the month, 2022 experienced a seller's market, a buyer's market, and a balanced market, with each phase heavily influenced by mortgage rates. And we're just going to keep talking about mortgage rates because everybody believes that is the key to what's going to control housing for this year. Our market transitioned from bidding wars to seller concessions, so both ends of the spectrum. The year also marked the end of the longest home price boom in ARMLS history. We finished 2022 and enter this year in a market defined by declining sales, declining inventory, and declining prices, all the while we wait for volatile mortgage rates to stabilize. So
Basically 2022 was multi-personality and then also bipolar.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's true.
Great.
All right, so obviously that's going to lead into the, all this bad news makes people panic a little bit and go, will we have a flood of foreclosures?
What?
No.
Okay.
With foreclosures, homeowners with equity have options, making an actual foreclosure highly unlikely. It is safe to say that homes purchased between 2011 and 2021, unless refinanced, have considerable equity. The fact that 99% of borrowers have lower mortgage rates locked in than current rates will help prevent most homeowners from making late payments or defaulting on mortgages altogether. I love the way he puts this. In layman's language, if my current house payment is lower than what I can rent a comparable home, then I'm most likely making my house payments even though I have limited or no equity.
Yeah. Well, not only that, during the crash, people were having problems with unemployment. We're not having that now. Unemployment is the lowest.
Rock bottom right now.
That it's been in, I don't know, a decade. I forget how long, but it's the lowest it's been in a while. So
hovering 3.5%, which is...
You call your mortgage provider right now and say, I lost my job, blah, 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 blah. They're going to say, we'll give you a couple months. Get a new job.
Yeah, they don't want to foreclose.
No.
So, and again,
Pay
you've
what
got
you
so
can
much
kind of
equity.
thing.
Nobody in their right mind is going to let their home go into foreclosure. You've got $100,000, $200,000 in equity. Even if you're paying more in rent, you're going to sell your home, take that equity, put it away, and rent until you're able to buy again. So.
I won't take too long on that rabbit trail. Go right ahead.
All right, so moving into 2023, we are not experts. We just we're enthusiasts, and it's what we do for a living, so we're always enamored with what's going on in the market, and we love following it. This is the kind of thing that we really enjoy doing, but we rely on the experts to tell us what they think is going on. Chief economist, Lawrence Yoon of National Association of Realtor being at the top. Tom Ruff, for sure, the Cromford Report. These are all sources that we rely on for accurate information.
Right.
Okay, so we have 3 published opinions. We actually have 4. I gave you one already from Bay Equity, but I've got 3 more. First one, Sam Qatar from Freddie Mac's chief economist. Mortgage application activity sunk to a quarter-century low this week as high mortgage rates continue to weaken the housing market. While mortgage market activity has significantly shrunk over the last year, inflationary pressures are easing and should lead to lower mortgage rates in 2023. So
that's what we want to hear.
That's a little more positive.
That's what we want to hear.
If rates continue to decline, borrowers who purchased in the last year will have opportunities to refinance into lower rates.
Exactly. Go ahead and buy now if it's your time to buy. And, take a look at some of the products that your lender is offering as far as 2-1 buy downs and those kinds of things. We've talked about those ad nauseum almost. But, in a year or two, you'll be able to refinance to a little bit lower rate. It may not be 3% again for a while, but you'll be able to refinance.
Right. All right, moving on. Number 2, Mark Fleming. He's the chief economist at First American.
Right.
There is reason to be hopeful that mortgage rates and thereby the housing market will stabilize in 2023. The Fed will slow the pace of monetary tightening when there is sustained evidence that inflation is receding, and there is good reason to believe that inflation may slow in 2023.
Yeah, there is.
While mortgage rates will remain high compared with pandemic-era lows,
Right.
stable and potentially modestly lower mortgage rates will elevate housing market potential in 2023.
Right.
So another rather optimistic.
Yeah, we're already pretty sure that when the Federal Reserve does meet at the end of this month, here next week, that the rate increase will only be 0.25%. So that's already going to be better. And I think Robert's got some pretty decent rates again to report on this week. So
Right.
things are getting better.
Okay, finally, Michael Orr of the Crawford Report. We are still dependent on the whims of the Federal Reserve. If they continue to push the federal funds rate higher in an attempt to curb inflation, then mortgage rates could move higher too, putting a quick damper on any recovery in demand. However, say that quickly, if the 30-year fixed mortgage rates stay between 6 and 6.75%, then we should have confidence that the housing market can operate normally at this level.
Okay.
To achieve confidence, we'll need several months of interest rate stability.
Right.
And you mentioned you feel like we've been there a month, maybe
a month.
2, 6
Yeah.
weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like since about Christmas, we have had pretty stable rates. So we had that little dip that you and I talked about earlier in the rates, but not, it wasn't dramatic. It was a little dip.
It's time for our commercial break.
It's time for our commercial break.
I remembered.
Yay! So it's our featured listing. We have introduced this portion of our video to just help highlight some homes that we have available. This particular home is listed by Jay Patel.
I know that guy.
Not Robert and Julia, but Jay Patel. He's our team leader.
I know that guy.
You know that guy. Yeah. So Jay Patel would represent the sellers, and nice folks. We have met them. It's been a while since we've seen them. Hi, Sandy. But we would represent you, the buyer, potentially, if you were going to buy it. So it is a Spectrum model house, which I had to kind of look at the pictures and get a feel for this layout because it's been a while. This wasn't a hugely popular floor plan, I don't think.
Oh, I don't know. They built quite a few of the
Okay.
Spectrum, yeah.
Okay. The square footage is great, 2329 square feet. So that's a really nice size house. It's 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath. It does have an open den, which I like. It gives you a little more space, especially if you're still working. This is in Trilogy at Vistancia, by the way. So it is an active adult resort-style living community. And it is actually the Mita side, so it's a newer home. I apologize, I didn't write down the year. 10-foot ceilings, 8-foot doors, which is great. But the highlight, I feel like, for the home is the backyard.
It's all about the outdoor living in Arizona.
Outdoor living, yep. So you've got barbecue, island, fire pit with seating, surround sound outside. Pergola. I love the rotunda entry on this house. Those are my favorite. Looks like the light just came on back there. Sorry, it's a little distracting. Shutters and other custom window treatments throughout the home as well. So
Excellent.
really nice house. Hopefully you've enjoyed the pictures as I've gone through the home highlights.
So let us know if you'd like to schedule a showing for that home. We'd
Yeah.
love to walk you through it.
Definitely do that.
All right, moving on to rates. Again, we saw just a slight decrease. We were at 6.192. We're now at 6.15.
Okay.
15-year was at 5.315. We're now down to 5.19. And the VA dropped from 5.938 to 5.80. So every week you seem to be
just a little
dropping a little bit.
A little tick down. Yep.
This is the one that's a bit of a quandary for me anyway. The Valley inventory. We always expect a lull and a drop in inventory over the holiday, and then as soon as the first of the year rolls around, we expect to see it go up, which is historically it does. But again, we actually dropped slightly. We went from 16,163 active listings to 15,887.
Wow, that is interesting.
So
My
I'm
theory
not sure
on that
why.
was that everything that's coming on the market is being absorbed, plus some,
Right.
obviously. And then we've got some sellers that are saying, "Wow, I think I missed the boat."
Well, I'm thinking
So,
a
the
lot
height
of
the
people
market
have
was 6 months ago.
incredibly low interest rates locked in.
Yes.
Um,
So they're saying they may want to make a move right now, but is
you
it
know,
really
they go
the
from a
time?
2.75
Yeah.
up to, you know, a 6.15.
Ew.
You know, so maybe we're
Doesn't make
seeing a little
sense,
bit
yeah.
of delay of sellers not putting their home on the market until they're seeing that interest rate drop a little bit more.
Okay.
That's one theory.
2 theories for you.
Yeah, we're going to keep watching that closely because
Yeah.
we're just really not sure. Peoria dropped slightly, 545 down to 516 active listings. Surprise ticked up slightly,
Oh.
767 to 778. But there is so much new construction over
Yeah.
there, and a lot of the new construction ends up in this MLS resale number. So I always take surprise with a grain of salt.
Yeah, we want to do a community highlight of a large community out in
Oh, yeah.
Surprise Desert
Yes.
Oasis.
Yes.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get that highlight done for you.
Yeah, maybe this week or for sure next week.
Yeah.
Okay, a little closer to home. Trilogy at Vistancia is up 5. There are 49 active listings. Price range 480,000 to 1,400,000. Now, one thing that we covered in the stat report was how much longer it's taking to sell a home. So, for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and research how many days on market the current active listings have. So, in Trilogy, currently, it's at 85 days.
So that's average days on market.
Average
Okay.
days on market.
Oh, 85.
Vistancia Village is at 55 homes available. 351,000 is the most affordable. 929,900 is the most expensive.
Okay.
Again, I'm not counting the 7 or 8 new construction David Weekly that are at the high end, the most expensive. They're all slightly over or slightly under $1 million. So I'm actually just using the top number as the most expensive resale.
Resale. Okay.
So that number is 929,900, and they are averaging 92 days on the market, so over 3 months. Blackstone Country Club is at 11. 575,000 is the most affordable. 2,750,000 remains at the top of the list. And again, this is a very high-end community country club. Gated, guarded, so the days on market are always going to be much, much higher, and they're
Absolutely.
sitting for theirs 11 properties at 133 days, and that's not to be that's expected.
Okay.
All right, Portobello, 27 homes available, 440,000 the most affordable, 920,000 the most expensive, and they are sitting at 107 days on market.
Okay.
Sun City Grand has 151 homes available, really
Woo.
big supply of homes to
Wow.
choose from. 298,000. It's still one of those condos,
condos.
and I just
Yeah.
don't think it's going to sell for $298,000.
When I looked, there was actually 2.
Yeah, there's 2 of them
there.
in that same price
One
range.
was ground level actually, so I thought.
Yeah, but 298. That's too.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't.
It costs a
ignore-
lot of money to get into that community.
It does.
Because you have to pay the double.
2 HOAs.
2 HOA up front.
Yeah, it's a buy-in.
Community
basically.
reserves.
Community reserve,
And,
yeah. And they're
it's
a couple
expensive.
grand each.
More.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 3,000 on one and 2,000 on the other.
Yeah,
and those
it
are
is.
low numbers.
It is expensive. So.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
Okay, moving on. Sun City West is sitting at 184 homes available. 205,000 is the most affordable. 849,000 tops the list, and they are averaging 79 days on market.
Okay.
Finally, Westbrook Village has 33 homes available. 279,950 is the most affordable. 599,900 is the most expensive, and they are averaging 91 days on market
And
right
they
now.
dropped a little bit as well, along with Portobello dropped a little bit.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Trilogy at Vistancia, number of homes sold in the last 30 days is 6.
Okay.
Trilogy at Vistancia under contract, there are 8 plus 1 new construction. So I'm separating those out.
Okay.
Vistancia Village sold in the last 30 days is 6 with 1 new construction home. And finally, Vistancia Village under contract, they actually have 17, but 9 are resale and 8 of those are new construction. So new construction is doing
Wow.
very well out there. It's out in North Point.
North Point,
So that's
yeah.
where all these sales are happening.
Both Pulte and David Weekley have got some really good deals going on. So
Right.
if you want us to bring you out there to take a look at those, let us know. I'm sure they have, well, I know they have some inventory homes, spec homes that are ready to be finished in the next couple months at most.
Right.
And then they also have the home lots that you can say, okay, I want
Yeah.
this house built on that lot.
But if
kind
you
of thing.
need,
So,
you're looking at not wanting to wait
Yeah.
12 months for a home to be built. They have some that are,
Right
2,
away.
3, 4 months that you can get into. So
yeah,
let us know if you have
us
interest
know.
now.
Right.
So
I think
that's
we better
definitely
close
one.
out. We're running out of time.
Okay. Well, that's our report for today. Everybody have a blessed week, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care.